Hello folks, and welcome back to Aldea. In this episode, I'm going to finish the Stadium Entertainment District. It's been a big project spilling across 3 episodes, but I'm on the home stretch now. I will be setting up a path network, putting down landscaping that emphasizes Aldea's Prairie environment, filling out the last mixed-use street, and adding some more residential development along the edges, and doing some detailing. The project has taken a lot of time, but I love how it has been shaping up. I can't wait to see it truly finished, so let's get going. So I think the next thing I want to do is I want to fill in the residential development along Glendowen Avenue. And we're going to start down here. This could actually be commercial along this side. But the challenge with doing commercial right now or any employment is that I just don't have enough people. Our unemployment rate is non-existent for lack of choice for employers. So with that in mind, although we could do some residential over here. Maybe we'll go over to here first. This kind of little pocket area, where the contours aren't as severe. It's a good corner building. We just need something lower next to it. No, that doesn't quite fit. Kind of the right height. Maybe we'll leave that for now. There's some adjustments to make to the hill here. See if we can smooth out that contour. Oops. There. That's not too bad. Okay. So what else do we want to put down here in the kind of valley? This needs to be lowered down. Modular low-rise. I wonder if I take these off and just look for modular low-rise. I get a whole bunch of little hits, actually. Looks like a safer bet. That's not bad. We want one more before we get to the end one. Well, I think that's our active street here. Just kind of getting the doors in place. And then over here, we'll end up having way up the hill aiming for that road, I think. Some contour work is needed back here. That's pretty good. Some work on this hill just to smooth things out. Okay. 4 households in that, eh? Feels a little light. That one's 8, and this one we should up 2. I'm just gonna up them all, really. Really. But there we go. I would say that is our lower down the hill. Can get away with a little bit of a taller building without it being in anybody's kind of real view. So the next kind of thing to think about is how are we going to work the pedestrian connections on up the hill? I mean, charging straight up here is probably not going to work just given the contours. I want to make sure we turn off our kitchen lamps. Probably our snaps too are just going to be in the way. I'd like to use this crosswalk. So I think we'll do this. There we go. Pathway up the hill. And we'll come around the back here. These buildings. All the way down to here, which you'll see there's some method to my madness in a moment. Oh, there's someone going up the hill already. Probably I'll start to see a lot of them making that. That's probably where these people are all going. They're all going to turn, I think. Yeah, one of them did. I think we'll kind of make a similar sort of connection over here. Come down this spot where it's not as steep. Now we just need to tie it in down here at the bottom. So we'll keep that kind of alley, but I'm also going to bring it out to the street over here. There. I expect we'll probably see a fair bit of usage of these pathways. I had thought about putting something back even behind, but I think for the little kind of scrap of land that's available back there, it's not worth it. I just kind of wanted to put a pathway right around the stadium. There, you can loop right around the stadium on the outside. Get away from that bush. Do I want to put one more connection up the hill? Like right over at this area? Like I'm just thinking about coming down like that. I suppose that makes sense. Good connection. Given that what's up on top of the hill is a major city attraction. Okay, so I think up next is I want to make the hills a little bit more green. We've got the paths in. It's time to add some vegetation. And so I think we're going to be relying on our prairie grasses. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to use some of the narrow grasses to fill in some of these kind of tight spots. Okay. I want to add some more sagebush to it. There's kind of nothing more iconic to think of, for me anyway, when thinking about the prairies. Just want to make sure some of that kind of blue, silvery gray dots the landscape. I'm gonna fix some of those that have wandered a little too much onto the path, like tumbleweed. There. I got some splashes of that bluey gray. And I am going to use a little bit of my Prairie forest brush too, not too much. Just kind of a little touch of forest down kind of towards the base of the hill where water would seep down to. Although in large parts of the prairie, it's more wildfire. That's the real limitation. Cities like Regina and Saskatchewan actually are well treed because people have planted trees there, and importantly, planted trees and then suppressed fire. And the combination of the two has allowed trees to grow on the prairie. So it's not unreasonable to have some trees here too. Same sort of idea. We've kind of learned a little bit from it, and now in some of these sorts of spaces like Nose Hill Park in Calgary, they actually do controlled burns to kind of try and allow that natural process of renewal through fire to take place. So just a couple scattered trees, mainly at the top and the bottom. Cuthbert Field, an iconic venue. Come play soccer on the prairie here. Oh, maybe I'll touch up that little corner here. That's what I have this narrow grass brush for. Just this kind of space where I can... They don't all fit, but you can kind of come up to the triangle much more so than the other one. And I think that's pretty good. Nice kind of park, hillside, green space. Definitely wild vibes to it. Right in the heart of the city. I think this one we'll leave as manicured. So we'll just add some trees to it. In fact, we'll run my small trees, my Prairie forest brush, right up this whole bank up to the top. Kind of a mix of small trees and bushes. That's pretty good. I guess I have to think about whether I want... You know what? I should actually run that pathway around this parking garage. I think the team just lost. I saw some unhappy faces went up. Oh, the people are walking right around that way. Seems to be a demand for that route, so curious whether they'll go in there. Like, where are these people? They're coming out of the parking garage and going, oh, why don't you just go that way? Ah, whatever. Bunch of weirdos. You could just walk out and go left. That's your destination. If you're going down the hill, I get it. But most of these, they're just going out, they're going in there. There's no way that's shorter. At least from a real life perspective. Oh well, whatever. Okay, I think I'm gonna put one more building over on this side before I close off that kind of side as well. And I think we'll make it a residential building. 4x4 feels right given the size of all these. Do this one. I looked at that up when I was working on the other area. So it's great balconies. But I also don't... Nah, that's fine. I was thinking I don't want to interfere with views of the bridge from up in Cuthbert Hill, because that's going to be a park. That's a good fit too. In fact, I think I like that one more than this one. Alright, I've been thinking about this roundabout and what to do with it. I mean, I had been thinking that given the kind of wild space along the stadium that, you know, a polite distance in terms of development from the roundabout would make sense. But then I was second guessing myself. This is kind of the gateway into the city. This is where the highway ends. It is a major road. It is a major attraction. I think what I'm going to do is this is basically park that fronts up on these streets. This isn't. So I think I am actually going to put residential along here. And eventually when I build out these areas, I will do the same with those sides. So for now, we're going to add some more development over on this one. Something like that would be way too tall. Kind of like the crisp lines of that one. It's got a corner. It's got windows on the back. One kind of blank wall. I think that kind of works. I haven't really used these assets before. I suppose I could go for a little bit of a bigger size. Okay. That's one. It looked like there was straight pieces that could fit in next to it. I suppose. Oh, actually there's some nice color on the side of that. I was about to speculate whether there would be one that would fit as a corner, but with the pretty pattern, that might not be as important as I was kind of thinking. So all these seem to be set up that the wall facing the side is blank. That's a very random little pool back there. I think those are wrong for this kind of setting. And this one certainly has balconies and spades. Okay, I think that will suffice. All right, a little bit of off-camera work down here. I filled in the traffic islands with a little bit of sage and some grass, some tall grasses, kind of doing the same consistent one on each of the triangles around the roundabout. Extended the path. Did some minor landscaping around the new buildings and continued that prairie grassland theme along the ridge. So those are looking pretty good. And the one other thing I did up here, I filled in the plaza leading up to the stadium, put a few trees there. And the cafe area here didn't actually have cafe buildings, so we've got this little kind of mid-century place, the coffee shack, and this Hawaiian-themed Polynesian cafe. So imagine both of them would serve kind of fast food aimed at being available on game day. That's where we are. We're done this side of the stadium district. So next thing up, I'm going to go back over to this corner and we're going to continue to develop this vacant land. And I think we still have we don't have any jobs. We need people. Lots more people. I did find the gem down on the corner there from this, what are these anyway? Residential wall-to-wall. So I think I'm gonna take a look at these. It'd be good to have something that would go on the corner. Oh, it's not quite not quite the fit I was hoping for. Oh, these ones actually, they wrap around nicely from the looks of things. Crazy polka dot building. And it's got a front actually on this. That looks pretty good because I can cover up that door and that window, and it comes up to level up at the second floor. And on this side, we have some activity and we've got it all kind of colored up. I think that is the one that we'll go with. Just slide this in right in there. Let it being done. I think I kind of can actually. Okay. Let's say we have our housing here on this corner. Alright, so covering that up, I think I can just use, I'm not even gonna go through the trouble of pulling from this building. I'm gonna just use one of these steps. I think, yeah, look at that. That's pretty close in terms of color. As a procedural object. Yeah, there we go. We have all the top ones. There. Concrete covered it up. So now this place really fits into its hillside. So we need more residential going up along the hill. Do I want to use another one of these? Let's continue this kind of style. Maybe one more? We're gonna change to something else entirely. I think that place is all right. This one would actually look better here. I can use this one over here. And I do want to have a pedestrian connection here. Take advantage of this kind of natural slope. Well, natural as you can kind of get in this very developed, very gone over area. Just a little too big. It's kind of 3 wide is really kind of the perfect fit here. I don't like this one here in amongst these. This feels off. There. Didn't mess with the path too much. If I slide this just a little, I think, yeah. There we go. I got a little space here behind the terminal. A little grocery. Which makes sense. Walking distance from over here, residential here, place you can go buy some food. Alright, I've made a few other minor tweaks off camera. Added a second set of cafe tables here and made this kind of screened in service garbage storage compound for the cafe area. I think that turned out pretty well. I used the surface painter to get rid of the asphalt alongside the stadium here so that it is just this plaza coming in. Put the decorative sidewalk down along this side. And I created a little compound over here, basically fenced in the service thing. Some procedural objects there for the foundation under the fence props. And so that's pretty good. So we're gonna go over here. Oh, and I also upgraded this path. It was starting to do weird things, so the middle section is elevated and then those pieces aren't. So I'm gonna landscape just this piece next, and I'm looking at this. I don't want to have a formal path there, but that is totally a spot where you'd have a desire path going from the apartment down. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a desire path, which is kind of always a fun little detail to include. Suggests how places are really alive. I kind of deal with desire paths in my day-to-day. I usually I'll post a cartoon in a second of them. That is very apt. I usually end up getting involved at the point of suggesting to city staff that can we just pave that already? It's clearly being used. But they are a consistent feature out there. Now some grass. Probably want to use the narrow grasses, I'm going to guess, just because between the pathway and the rock, space is a little tight back in here. And someone's actually using the desire path. Though not very effectively. They went up, came down there, and hopped into a pocket car. Oh, that's pretty darn ridiculous. So my desire path going to be a place for people to whip out pocket cars? I bet you this fellow's going to do the same thing. Oh, that's silly. That's so silly. What a silly game this is. Okay. Well, I would have preferred... I would have preferred to have had the two pathways, because I think that looks good and how things would be in real life to line up to the two crosswalks. But apparently, we can't handle two pathways. So I'll get rid of that. That's just so dumb. So folks come down the hill and pop out here at the crosswalk. They totally would have a path there, but the Sims of this game are too dumb to handle that. If they're going to whip out their pocket cars, do it down there, for God's sakes. Not like so deep up here into the transit only area. So I'm gonna decorate this in the same sort of style that I did these traffic islands in, because I really like how they turned out. So we'll do this with the grass, get it kind of right sized for it. It was pointed out to me that you can actually resize things just with the key here without making them procedural objects, which I didn't know you could do. This is one of those joys about being able to share with other people online, is even if you've been playing the game a long time, there's still more to learn. There. So that's largely in the lines. So now we can break out the sage. There. I think that works. Same theme as down the street. Very much prairie. Okay. That's good. So next, we'll do some residential here, and then we'll head on down the block. Finding the right kind of style is a constant kind of challenge. I get a lot of mileage out of these. Do we need to lower this down? Maybe just a little. Oh, that's where that door is right there, so we'll have to put a set of steps into that one. And it's okay on the back. I'll probably put something across there to brick those off. Or at least this one. And these are fine. So down here, I wouldn't mind putting something fronting on the road here. This would be good, except I want it to be wall to wall with that one. Maybe we'll do this up here actually. Balconies. It's kind of right height. It's got some heft to it, but not too much. It needs a few more than 14 though for, well, I've already overrode that. Well, I'll give it 16. Just looking at it in comparison to that. And this one that are 10, and that's 12. Anyway, back to this. I want something that's going to go alongside that. One of these that doesn't have a balcony might. It's kind of the perfect height, actually. I'll go with that. That works. We'll have to put some of the pieces of a sidewalk there, but that's okay. I wonder if my favorite little row houses might, although I could do something like that. Different sort of vibe. I haven't used them that much. Okay. Probably same sort of thing on this other side, maybe. They're so useful, this set. Got the kind of geography and architecture of nowhere and yet everywhere. I think their smiles is creation. There we are. All right. Time for some detailing. There we go. See what I can do about this. There. That's gone. That's now bricked off as well. I used a different type of brick though. Maybe this might be a good spot for a surface network. There. If I could change that brick to a darker brick, that would just be perfect. So I think I will now do the sidewalk piece. Probably just edit this out because probably watching me plop decals is not going to be all that fun. There. I think that's pretty good. Trees up the center, some minor landscaping detailing. The sidewalk makes sense. Alright, a few minor tweaks. I added this little billboard based on one in San Diego. And I gave all the off-center doors steps. So this little street is done. We'll move over to fill in some residential along here. Kind of like the trees on this one. They're cute. If I put one here, actually it doesn't really affect things too much. It's this one that probably will. I think we'll just leave that empty over there. Right, and I don't think I have to do a whole lot to any of these. So we'll put in some trees using our Prairie forest brush to keep things relatively low. Okay, along this section, do this elevation change. I don't think this is going to be the last one, actually. There, no cars can go flying off. Alright, so last kind of piece of work before we finish up this district is what to do with this kind of area. And I think since this is an entrance, I think we're going to go copy the custom sign we put at this end and bring it over here. And I don't want to use a mirror on the back of this one. I'll just leave this one at just the sign. Let's just see what it looks like at night. It's lit up well. All right. I think we'll largely leave this as is now, since that is manicured but forested. So yeah, no, I think that's a wrap. We've gone over the last 3 episodes. We've done a lot of good work with the district here, and now it's really wrapped up. Residential, commercial, some landscaping, some public facilities, pathways, transit. This kind of district kind of used a bit of everything. I'm pretty pleased with how it's gone. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you have any feedback, feel free to leave that in the comments section. I welcome any subscriptions that you might have. It helps me grow my channel. So we'll close out with a cinematic. Thanks so much.